And done. Check out this logo I just finished.
Pretty sweet. You know what you should do?
What?
Put it on the water bottle. Spray
Do
paint.
a spray paint stencil?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about some spray painting techniques, the first of which is stenciling. Using this method you can transfer your favorite design or logo onto just about anything, like I've done here with this water bottle. Today we're going to be putting our logo onto this water bottle.
So the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you have a version of your design with very clear and defined edges. This way, when you're stenciling it out, you can make sure that you're actually cutting exactly where your design is.
Next, get a clean cutting board from your kitchen and put down some layers of masking tape. You're going to want to make sure to have about 2 or 3 layers of masking tape.
Then you're going to want to tape your design down and go over the edges with a sharp X-Acto knife.
The tape is what we'll actually use to stencil the design onto the water bottle. And so it's important to cut out shapes that are on the inside of other objects first, so that you can use the paper template on top to transfer the design onto the tape. Once you've finished tracing the design, you can peel off the paper. Now remove the areas that will actually receive the paint. If you see any spots that need touch-ups, just go ahead and trim a little more off. And now you've got your completed stencil. Next, make sure the surface that you're stenciling is clean, and then transfer the stencil onto that surface. Be really careful not to rip any of the tape.
So when you're applying the tape, you want to make sure that there's no bubbles or anything forming in between the actual bottle and the tape itself.
You don't want the paint leaking in around the edges, so really make sure to push those down. You can use your X-Acto knife to help release sticky edges. And here's our completed stencil.
So next, you can use newspaper to mask off the rest of the bottle so that it won't get spray painted. So you can use about a full sheet and wrap that around.
I'm just going to cut a big rectangle that's a little bit bigger than the area we're going to be working with. Doesn't have to be exact. That was a little bit too big. It does have to be a little bit more exact. Now use masking tape to attach the newspaper to the bottle. Now go ahead and wrap the rest of the newspaper around the bottle. And use some masking tape in the back to keep that all down. And now you've got your stencil and your bottle, and it's all ready to paint.
So when you do your actual painting, you're going to want to be outside in a ventilated area so that the fumes don't make you pass out or anything. So you're going to want to put your water bottle burrito on a area of newspaper with some rocks and something like that. Wood, anything really works to just kind of weight it down. So that way it doesn't blow away when you're spray painting, because that can also get stuck to your actual whatever you're painting, and that can be kind of a big mess. So yeah.
When you're actually painting, I like to wear a glove on the hand that I'm actually painting with, because the nozzles always leak, and then you get paint in your fingernails and stuff, and it never comes out. Eventually we're going to be using black, red, and blue for the colors on our stencil. But I always like to do a base primer coat of white. When you're spray painting, make sure to stay about a foot away from your work surface and do nice, even passes over your work surface. Shake it up for about a minute, and then start painting.
And when you are painting, it's good to wear clothes you don't exactly care about, like we are.
So just make nice, even passes across the surface, and really keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't start dripping or bubbling. If that starts to happen, then stop, wait for it to dry for 10 to 20 minutes, and then continue. It's kind of hard if you're impatient like me. I like going really fast, and I have to kind of force myself to slow down and make sure the paint doesn't start dripping, but you'll really appreciate the final product more if you go slowly. Okay, so I've put one coat down. I'm going to let this dry for about 10 minutes, and then I'll do one more coat of white, and then we'll move on to the colors.
Once the second coat of white has dried, now we're going to do the red S. So get a scrap of paper and use that to mask off everything that's not going to be red. Hold that down with some masking tape.
Once you've got your piece masked, go ahead and get your red spray paint and paint the S. Okay, again, this is going to take a couple coats, and just go slowly and be patient.
We've repeated the masking and painting process for all three colors here, and it's cured overnight, so we're ready to unwrap it and see how we did. And there you go. Successful custom stencil on a water bottle. I'm Sam.
I'm Joe, and we'll see you guys next week.